Hey guys, it's Teatime here and welcome back to another speed build. Today we are building a starter home actually for one of the sims I have made. That is the story sim, so the sim that uses the newer feature in Sims after the July update, the sort of create my story or whatever you call it, mode in create a sim. So I did create a sim. I will link the video at the end, and I am now making her a little starter home using her little starter funds. So she got standard starting funds, and that's just your usual, what is it, 20,000 for a single sim. So that is what I am working on. In some ways I was hoping for a different starting fund because making a different kind of starter home for once, but yeah, this is just your basic starter home. I wonder if we're going to really redefine, I guess, what starter home is now that Sims can start with, I guess, a different amount of money. Families can already start with a different amount of money, but I don't know, this is different. This is new. I kind of like it. But yes, I am making her a home. So if you did not watch the video, the Create a Sim video, this is Amelia Mendoza. She is, gotta remember, she's neat. She's a geek, and I can't remember the last trait, but she's a foodie, that's it. And she is in the culinary career, so I got a career, which is very exciting. So she is level 3 in that. So it's pretty much level 3 is, I think, the default sort of thing that you will end up in for, I guess, skills and careers and so on. But she's level 3 culinary career. She also has a level 3 handiness skill and, what was the other one? Gardening, I think it is, because her aspiration is to have, it's the gardening aspiration. I can't remember what it's called. That's kind of exciting. So I have made her a little home. The style I kind of went for, it's very single sim. I don't know if I see her ending up with anyone, honestly. That would be not something I'd plan for her if I played with her. But if it did happen, I don't think that's the thing she worries about, and I don't see her as particularly social, so it's not the thing so she would sort of go out of her way to get. I guess in my mind that I'm leaving that very open. No idea what will happen with that in the future, but I am making her a nice kitchen. I did put a little bit of effort into the kitchen. Obviously not the greatest appliances being a starter home, but I did make sure that it was a slightly bigger than usual for some starter homes kitchen, so that I guess she did have a bit of room to practice her culinary skills. Her living room as well. I don't know if I ended up putting a TV in. I don't think I did. In one of the questions in the Create a Sim quiz, it gave me what a computer's for, and I think I said a means to an end. And so I kind of went with the idea that, she's a geek, but she's not necessarily a tech geek. She's more like a homely kind of reader and collector type geek, I guess. And in terms of handiness, I think that again is something more like woodworking rather than repairing and upgrading things around the home. So I do give her a woodworking table outside, and of course outside there is also a little place to start a veggie garden. So she likes growing her own fruit and vegetables for her cooking, so fresh produce I think is what she's about. And she has got even though she is a little bit of a loner, she is not actually a loner, but in my mind she is a bit of a loner. I kind of gave her a bright house, so there's a brightness to her personality that maybe not everybody gets to see, but it is there. So there's some nice beautiful colors. I do end up making her bedroom green, and I really like this as a starter house. It's really comfy and cozy, and sometimes a house like this is hard in terms of entertainment because there isn't a television, but you could place one in. There is a stereo, so she can dance, she can read, and she can go outside and garden, or go for a walk. I mean, that's not actually entertainment. Gosh, I wish that we could do things like that for Sims entertainment. I think the closest we can get maybe is going hiking in outdoor living. What is it called? Outdoor. What on earth? My brain has gone dead. You know, that one of the first packs. Outdoor retreat? No, that's not right. Or maybe it is. Wow. You know when you try and think about something so much that it just ends up like completely emptying from your mind? Like it's gone and you have no chance of retrieving the information. That's kind of what I've done to myself right now. And yeah, anyway, that pack. I think the hiking is fun. I think it's fun. You would hope it's fun. Otherwise, like, what's the point in doing it? It's just, I don't know. I find that about a few things in The Sims 4. It's it feels like there's no point in some things. Like they've created a really cool thing like hiking, and then it does nothing. They've created a cool thing like swimming. Finally, we have sort of open water swimming, and it feels like it does nothing. Like, I don't know. There just needs to be a little bit more love and detail put into things. I know there's a lot of love put into things as it is. I'm not saying there's not, but I don't know if it's the right kind of love in some places. Little details in something like Sims 2 I just can't forget. And people have been posting it a lot on Twitter, things like Sims 2 and just the little details in the animations and in the conversations. And oh, it just feels so good. Whereas Sims 4 looks good and bits of it play good, but it's, I don't know, doesn't feel as good, I guess. I don't know, maybe I'm just being picky. Anyway, you can see the house is coming along. I do change the bathroom. I change the walls 100 times because that's what I do. By now, hopefully you guys understand that I am indecisive. I don't want to be. I wish I knew exactly what I was doing all the time, but that's not reality. Reality is that we often try things again and fail and come back and have another go, and you know, that's not a bad thing. But yes, that is a little bit what I got at here. I did manage to save some money, so the bathroom is a little bit nicer. You've got a couple of counters and a proper sink, so which is really nice. This bedroom is bigger than it does end up being. For now, I do move one of the walls back in for this build, just because it does save money, of course, on a little bit of wall space. It is the walls that end up costing quite a bit, so the more you can compact things into a starter home, probably the better. Although items as well are very expensive, so it's about being smart with what you do. And I am improving at starter homes, which is really exciting because I know that I used to be really terrible at them and just couldn't figure out how to get enough items in to make it actually livable. I'd end up with something like just a bed and a toilet, and I'm like, I don't know how to make a livable space out of this. And now you can see how much I'm fitting in. Like, that's an improvement. I'm gonna take that. I think that's pretty good. But I am using some tiles from Spa Day because they are the nicest tiles ever, apart from maybe the subway tiles. Yeah, they're just very clean and neat. And in some builds a bit like this, where you just want things to be clean and neat, they're just a really great option. Yeah, I was trying to do something above the stove there, and I do end up decorating it, but it will look different in the screenshots because I ran out of money. I needed cheaper shelves, and yeah, sometimes that's just the way it goes. I mean, you could do a lot with this little kitchen with a little bit more money, but I didn't have a little bit more money. I do end up saving a lot of money on the most exciting thing, the landscaping. So this landscaping for this house is epic. At least it's epic for a starter home because finally I can get my hands on a lot of free plants. And I do use the new cheat. So you can see here what I've done is I have built fences out of the debug cheat. There's little fences, the little dining, I can't remember the dining pack's name either. Oh my goodness. But that pack does have little fences that kind of end up on the top of half walls. You can just use those as fences, and they do act as a barrier so my sim can't walk through them. So I've used those as a base to make sure that my sim cannot move through those fenced areas. And then I also use a couple of plants, a couple of real plants that cost money, to also make sure that, you know, the collision on those items is working. And then on top of that, I use a lot of the free stuff from the the newer cheat from the July update. So I use the cheat. It is bb.show_live_edit_objects. You usually have to move objects on as well. Preferably testing cheats enabled. I just generally turned all the cheats on. I believe the ones you really need is testing cheats on and maybe bb.show_hidden_objects. I think those maybe are the two important ones. It took me a while to figure out, honestly, because I couldn't quite get it working. So I ended up typing world down in the search bar. As you can see, it says world lamp. I couldn't just get world to show up, so I did click world lamp, and that actually does show all the items, I think. Considering these bushes I'm placing down are not lamps, I'm going to say it's working, but it took me a long time and a lot of looking things up to try and figure out where these items were. I don't know why I couldn't find them, but there's been a few people like that who've been having trouble. I don't know if CC or mods affects just simply where it shows up, but I did find it, and it basically means this whole house feels alive. For a sim that really loves gardening, I don't know, when I have gardening sims, I really kind of hate that the starter home looks so bare and sad, and I mean, for any starter home, I mean, at the very least, I want to give it an overgrown, weeded sort of look, you know, as a starter home. Like, I just bought this really cruddy home and I need to fix it up. But it's like perfectly mown lawns and no fences. It doesn't feel realistic to me. So having this, this debug option is so good. It just gives so much character and life to homes to make them feel like they've been around a bit longer and maybe you're overgrown. Or this one is small and cheap, but it looks kind of loved, maybe by its previous owner. And so Amelia will love it herself, and it's just so nice to be able to do this. Anyway, here are some of those real plants I said I placed in. Those ferns do have collision. They are proper objects that you purchase, and that does help Amelia to not walk straight through all the other bushes. The tree is a cheat object, so it doesn't have collision, but some of the plant underneath it is and does, and so that does help. And that's sort of just a little trick that I've been using to sort of make these items fit into the world and feel like they're actually objects rather than, I guess, an empty decoration. But yes, you can see I'm putting in the little space for the garden, for her to grow some veggies and things. Just putting in a car because why not? Because I can, and we'll probably never have cars, but this is close enough for me. Honestly, this is good enough for me, although I would like a better selection, and I would like them to actually cost some money, so, you know, it feels like you're owning the car. You can always cheat and just delete some money if you want. But you can see I do have that woodworking bench there. I am just going to place down some wood objects and then just a couple more bushes, and then we are done. So yeah, do let me know if you do like this build. You can download it on the gallery. My tag is Teatime Simmer, and like and subscribe if you haven't already for these videos. Do comment down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!